Hello everyone and welcome back to lesson 6 of my English videos. Today we're going to talk about the past perfect tense. What is the past perfect tense? We don't use the past perfect a lot in English, but it is useful and it sounds very good if you can use it correctly. Also, it's really easy to make, just the past simple of have and the past participle. The positive. Make it with had plus the past participle, usually made by adding ed to the base form, but a few verbs have irregular past participles. To create the short form of the past perfect, just combine the pronoun with had by replacing the first two letters of had with an apostrophe. I had been, I'd been. You had gone, you'd gone. She had met, she'd met. He had played, he'd played. It had rained, it'd rained. We had bought, we'd bought. They had studied, they'd studied. The short form for had is apostrophe D. Be careful not to confuse it with would. Would is followed by the base form, I'd go, whereas had is followed by the past participle, I'd gone. For example, I had eaten before I went to work that day. He had practiced a lot when he won the championship. We had seen that movie 3 times when we watched it with her. Negative. For the negative, just add not. I had not been, I hadn't been. You had not gone, you hadn't gone. She had not met, she hadn't met. He had not played, he hadn't played. It had not rained, it hadn't rained. We had not bought, we hadn't bought. They had not studied, they hadn't studied. To form the short form of the negative, we combine had with not by replacing the O in not with an apostrophe, as you can see in the examples. For example, I hadn't seen my friend in a long time when we met on Saturday. He hadn't been to Lebanon for 5 years when he visited last year. We hadn't gone on vacation for a long time when we went to Mexico. Yes-no question form. To make a yes-no question, put had before the subject. Had I come? Had you eaten? Had she gone? Had it rained? Had he studied? Had we met? Had they left? WH question form. For WH questions, put the question word at the beginning. When had I come? Why had you eaten? Where had she gone? When had it rained? Why had he studied? How had we met? When is the past perfect tense used? The past perfect tense is used in 3 situations. First, an action finished before another past action. When we arrived, the film had started. This means that the film started and then we arrived. So the film started first and we arrived second. We can use it with when plus past simple, June, and last Tuesday. The past perfect is also used with how long to a point in the past. For example, when he graduated, he had been in London for 6 years. This means that he had been in London first for 6 years and then he graduated. So after being in London for 6 years, he graduated. We can use this with when plus past simple and with for plus time. The past perfect is also used with unreal things in the past. For example, I wish I hadn't gone to bed so late. So in this case, the person saying this has gone to bed so late, but he wishes that he hadn't gone to bed so late. So it's an unreal situation. You can use it with third conditionals and wish. Here are some keywords used with the past perfect tense. Before, after, for. This connects a period of time in the past to a later time in the past. For example, for 6 years. By the time, when. This is used when something happened before, not later than a specific time in the past. Just, already, and yet. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, see you in the next one.